Hey, glorious souls. Kel Gunter here with your Soul Service Astrology update for the 22nd of August, 2022. If you've not met me, welcome. I'm a 13-sign sidereal astrologer. What does that mean? It means the astrology that I refer to will be very closely linked to what you can see in the sky, so very closely linked to astronomy. 90%, 99% of the modern Western astrology, I'm referring to Western astrology only, does not match what you can physically observe in the sky. So it won't be matched to astronomy. I think that's really important. If we want to come back into connection with our planet, connection to our celestial neighborhood, then I really think that we should be observing our environment, observing the seasons around us, feeling into our experience, and observing the sky. Many, many ancient traditional cultures would have looked at the sky and drawn and created myth and story around what they could see. Now, of course, astrology is heavily influenced. Western astrology is heavily influenced from the myth and the story that came out of Babylonian culture, Egyptian culture, Greek culture, and Roman culture. It has been slightly corrupted though, ever so slightly. So soul service astrology is an attempt to reroute astrology into our age. Not completely dismissing the past, of course, but replanting it in our ecology, replanting it in our very technological, science-driven age, and also an age where we're facing unprecedented ecological collapse and crisis. So you can hear the intertwinings here that I would like you to start to feel into. Really, soul service astrology's mission is to enable you to find an easy pathway for you to enjoy this life while coming back into connection with your environmental intelligence and letting it inform you and you informing it, because it's a two-way street. If you'd like to work with me, I do birth chart evaluations. I have a paid membership community called Eco Alchemy, and I'm currently pre-selling my 2023 astrological planner. I kind of feel like this is the first planner of its kind, a 13-sign sidereal planner, where you will have all the moon signs correct to what you can see in the sky and the most significant astrological aspect for each day. And you get to plan and have fun and be creative. Plus, I love planners. So the links for all those will be down below. That's enough from me. Let's have a look at what's happening in the skies for the 22nd of August, 2022, while I share my screen. There we go. So first up, on Monday, we have Pluto in Sagittarius, trine Mercury in Virgo. So trine energy is really easy energy. Think flow. You get to embrace the opportunity. When I tell you that there's a trine, you get to embrace the opportunity that things could be easy, that I could change things easily, that getting my work done could be easy. Things will flow smoothly and easily. So that whole concept of ease you get to embrace with trine energy. Pluto in Sagittarius is the destructive liberator, attempting to liberate us from the beliefs that hold us back from a big faith, that hold us back from our truth, that hold us back from stepping into a higher potential. And it's easy today to get the mind on board. Wouldn't that be lovely? So that there's no resistance. So perhaps you'll meet a resistance. Now, a resistance might be procrastination. It might be some self-doubt. It might be self-deprecation. Look, certainly the mind in Virgo, which is Mercury in Virgo, could be self-deprecation, not thinking you're enough, perhaps belittling yourself. Well, you get to turn the lovely gaze of Pluto on that belief, not on yourself. You're turning the gaze of the destructor, the annihilator, on that belief. It is just a belief, and I get to change it like that. So Monday's a really easy day to shift those beliefs around self-deprecation, and also in thinking that you need to know more before you can serve, before you can step up and share your message. So that's Monday. Let's look at Tuesday, the 23rd. We have last quarter moon in Gemini. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. We'll move to Wednesday. the 24th, because there's a lot going on Wednesday, the 24th. First of all, we have Venus moving into Leo. Venus is our regenerative connector. So it has two aspects, Venus, very much like the goddess did back in Babylonian and Egyptian time. She was a she, and she was very much the goddess of love and war. And she was in Anna that went into the underworld in an attempt to rescue her sister, but during that process, stripped all layers of her ego. And then she was able to come back out of the underworld. So that's where she has this regenerative capacity. And then when she comes out, she connects. Now, with this regenerative and connective capacity coming into the sign of Leo, it wants to express more authentically. So what parts of yourself have you regenerated that you would now like to start putting on the front lines and expressing and showing people that this is part of you? Typically, before we do that, the aspect on Monday should help. If you feel any self-doubt, any self-deprecation, before perhaps moving in and showing a deeper aspect of your personality, a deeper aspect of your passion, a deeper aspect of your creativity out in the world, you need to embody that first. You need to find your love with that within yourself first before you shine it out. Otherwise, you'll send off the I'm not safe alarms in our primal brain, and it won't feel easy. But you've got a month with Venus in Leo. So this doesn't have to happen in one day, right? You've got a month to step into this energy. And some of the energy this week is going to help us do that, build strength to help us do that, to step into more authentic expression of ourselves, not just expressing our creativity, but also expressing our desires, also expressing the way that we want to live this life, also honoring and loving ourselves first, because if we don't do that, not much can flow if we're not loving ourselves first. Additionally, on Wednesday, Chiron, the wounded healer in Pisces, acting very compassionately, open-mindedly, connecting to source and spirit, using all the supportive networks, perhaps mystical, spiritual networks to support their healing. There's an easy flow to Venus. So there is ease at integrating practices, self-love practices, self-healing practices to heal any wounds before you start showing up more authentically. Now, showing up authentically isn't a one-time process because there's layers to our energetic conditioning. And so you might pull off a little layer and then you can show us. You might pull off a bigger layer and you show us. You might pull off a massive layer and then show us, right? Each step of the way you need to be supported and have practices to lean back on. And each part of that step is a healing step for you. So that's the opportunity that is presented beginning on Wednesday, but it won't complete on Wednesday. So note what comes up on Wednesday for you. And then let's step into Thursday. We have Uranus going retrograde. So all the other outer planets are already retrograde. And now we have Uranus going retrograde. Uranus is always the last one to go retrograde. I've got a bug in here. The visionary is still very close to mission. So we've got vision and mission very linked in Aries at the moment. So it wants to be really focused and concise on where it wants to direct its energy. Now it's going to start moving backwards for a big chunk of time. So this is the period of time where I generally suggest is that you can still be taking action, but this is action that you'd considered previously. And now you just got to make sure the action that you're taking, because Aries is action, is aligned with your vision and your mission over the next several months. So it's not, see, Aries and Uranus would tend to like a sprint, but this is kind of like a marathon. So you might need to put the brakes on Uranus a little bit and that Aries energy a little bit, and just keep checking in with yourself. And you know what? We have this Saturn energy that I'm going to talk about next coming in, and that kind of helps, and Saturn's still retrograde, okay? So that's Thursday, the 25th, and then we move on to Friday, the 26th. Now, It's a big day. Right, we have this T-square come back again. So if you're playing along with me and you watched my recording for the week beginning 8th of August, which was before the full moon, the last full moon we had this T-square. It was a little bit different because the T-square was formed with the sun and the moon up here next to Saturn. But we have this T-square coming back again before the new moon. Now, what does this mean? So the apex is still the same. It's still at our vision and our mission in Aries. So very much, what's the change you wish to be and see in this world? What pisses you off the most, essentially? Can you make those changes in your life? And then can you share and inspire others to make those changes? Our mission. And there'll be a higher component of the vision that will be that bigger mission for the collective that you want to see. Like for me, you heard it right at the beginning. I want us to all come back into connection with our environmental intelligence, to come back into that realization that we are ecological. My vision is that 13 sign sidereal becomes mainstream astrology, and that we can create our own new myth and story around the archetypes of the planets and our experience in this age, backed up and supported by what has been done previously, that the history, so that we can start to tap more into our energetic and scientific and physical selves. So that's, oh, we're not on a little moonwalk there. That's my vision and mission linked. Now, with the 2 squares coming up before new moon, this suggests there's a strength building exercise, and it came in at the full moon. So what happened for you at the full moon? What did you release at the full moon? What needed to go? What emotions came up for you at the full moon? Now, before the new moon, before this Gemini lunar season is complete, we have this strength building exercise where we get to go in and make sure that our leader, our work, our career, our business, our goals is aligned with our mission and our vision. And if it's not, and if something's making us feel icky, then that's something that we need to look at and sort out. Additionally, what about our life, our soil, our lifestyle, our desires? What do we want? So this is very much Venus, and we've got the moon down here with Venus as well. But you can see the T-square lasts Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if we go back to Friday, the moon is there. So that's why I'm like, Friday, what came up for you at the full moon? And then on Saturday, look at your soil. Go back to what came up in June. So May was Aries. What burnt down? What did you shed? How did you get more focused and clear on your vision and mission? Then in June, it was, what are the things most important to you in this life? What's the lifestyle you want to lead? Not talking about material things here. I'm talking about the most important things that's in your soil, because everything comes from the soil. Right now, in Gemini, we look at the polarities in ourselves. What were those polarities? Oh, I'm sorry, we're in Cancer new moon phase, not a Gemini new moon phase. So in the Gemini new moon phase, we were looking at the polarities. Where is the separation in us? And are they really separate, or can I bring them together? In Cancer, we're looking at what we need to be supported to bring our soil to life. Basically, what nutrients do we need in our soils to be able to regenerate and grow and flourish and then die and rot, and the cycle starts again. And now as we approach Leo, what do we really want? How does that fit in? How do we really want to share ourselves? How do we want to express? How do we want to be seen? Because Leos very much like to be seen. And we want to, because this is new moon energy, so we're coming into that new moon energy of the moon and the sun together, our inner sphere and our solar sphere in a beautiful merging and marrying. And this happens with no light on the moon, so it can happen behind closed doors, but it very much has to be connected with what you really want. And this strength building exercise is making sure that your vision and mission isn't taking over your life, isn't taking over your creator, isn't taking over your authenticity. Bringing them together, making sure that what you desire this lifetime, what you desire for your lifestyle, can be very much mission and vision backed, and values. Remember, check in with your values. So that's when I say look at your soil, look at your values. So this may feel really intense leading up until the new moon. But then on the new moon, which is on the 27th, Saturday the 27th, it's 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So it'll probably be the day before and the rest of the planet, or a little bit earlier on the 27th. You're going to set new intentions around your expression of your authentic self, how you want people to see you shine. Perhaps there is new intentions around creative projects. Perhaps there's new intentions about the merging of your emotional intelligence with your solar personality and your purpose. And it might be a new intention. Okay, I'm ready to now let these things go and really show up as my authentic self and not really care what the external world thinks. So there can be this surrendering of what the external world thinks, and in an intention around your creativity, your expression, your authenticness. So that's really this week. And the full moon lasts into Sunday, and so does the T-square. So make sure that you're supporting yourself and not just getting stuck in your head, not getting stuck in your head or your heart too much and really pushing. Make sure that you get out into nature, that you're eating some healthy, delicious food, because Venus has to have delicious food. I'm always going to talk about food, love food. And that you get a moment to just review your goals and your achievements, your mission and your vision, and it's a bit more of a nebulous moment, right? Not too much doing. And it's great because it lands on a Saturday and a Sunday. Now, there was one aspect that I didn't describe. Oh, okay. It's the sun. Mars is square the sun, and it starts on Saturday as well. So Mars is square the sun. So I really think that this fits in with what I was saying. Check in, look at your values and your soil. What is the life you're architecting? Where are you expending your energy there? Are you directing the energy in the right place? Is it really linked to what your heart desires? Is it really linked to how you want to show up as the creator? So this square energy might be an inattention. Maybe there's some things that you've been directing your energy and your attention to, or your vitality to, that aren't aligned with your values or aren't aligned with where you're directing your life. Remembering there are no bad decisions, because every decision results in us learning something, and then we get to make another decision after that. And the reason I'm talking about decisions is because Saturn is there very much in an earth sign in Capricorn. So it loves to make decisions. All right, so that is this incoming week's astrology. If you would like to work with me, you can go and check out soulserviceastrology.com for all the details, and I will see you next week. Bye.